What's something people don't know about podcast disclaimers? They're the ultimate cover our butts move. All right, folks, let's get real. You know those disclaimers at the start of podcasts? The ones that say these opinions are our own and not our employers, friends, or anyone who might sue us. Yeah, those. Why do we need them? Because Stacey and Casey here, well, we might say something bonkers. And we don't want you blaming our bosses, our moms, or that guy who bagged our groceries last week. Nope, it's all on us, people. Think of it like this. We're just two dudes with microphones and way too much free time. And while we're at it, let's be clear. Our jokes, rants, and random thoughts, purely our own genius or nonsense. Depends on the day, so sit back, relax, and remember, if you're offended, it's definitely not because of our employers. It's all Stacey and Casey, baby. Covering our butts, one disclaimer at a time.
Write your name with it, or
I was actually just zigzagging. Actually, I wanted to hurry up and finish because
I'm Stacey.
I'm Casey.
Hey, welcome to the Stacey and Casey show. It was a little inappropriate there. Sorry.
Whoa.
Some of us shake it, some of us write our names with
Some
it.
of
I mean,
us-
it's all
I
different
write
things.
my names in a shaky-like manner, like Michael J. Fox, while he's just going.
I thought you were going to say like to do with Parkinson's.
Doesn't matter. It's all inappropriate. It's all
Oh,
inappropriate.
shit.
Yeah. I'm
Man.
Casey,
I'm Stacey,
and this is the Stacey and Casey show.
and we made it past World War III, babe.
Yay! The 12-day war is over.
Hold on. One more time.
I said, oh, 12-day war is over. Oh.
Damn, that was fast.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
They set it up with ramen noodles, but they got stir fry. You know what I mean?
You and the stir fry shit. I'm just gonna
Hey,
say.
man, thanks for the stir fry today.
That he didn't eat. Just so you know, he just wanted to rattle that in the mic for you guys.
Sorry. It's annoying.
No. So, as World War III has been starting and ending, what have you been doing? I mean, besides gardening, we seen that was actually Casey watering the garden there in the beginning. He wasn't spelling his name with it. He was just kind of,
That's what we were referencing
zigzagging
when we were convoing.
So, how you been handling the heat wave?
It's a heat wave. And actually, let's see. During the heat wave, man, we just been working in the yard or going inside with the AC. Very
I'm not
boring.
pressing nothing you were anticipating. Very boring. That's not very boring. You've lost weight. You're getting more in
I
fit
have?
just because of the heat. You can see it in your face.
Man, I've been eating a lot of ice cream. Maybe I'm dehydrated. I've been making knives and
Casey will
working
never
with
take a
chickens.
compliment. Okay. He
No,
said-
I appreciate that. Thank you, Stacy, for the compliment.
Say either I'm dehydrated or I'm dying. It's
Yeah.
never a thank you.
Oh, I'm definitely dying.
Oh my God.
But we don't need to go there.
Well, with that said, keep going. I mean, how's life been? I seen you walked in here with a blade. Where'd it go?
Oh yeah, that's the original bone cutter blade. If you want to see the last one I made, which was pretty sick, I call it the Irish because it's for a kid
Badass.
named Irish. My buddy Ryan Jones, his kid, or son-in-law. So took a lot of pride in it. It's my first handle that I did a 3-piece with 2 pins in each piece, 1 antler piece, 2 hardwood. It's a Skinner style like this, but it has a gut hook on it. Go check the video. It's like one of the last ones I put up. Other than the videos for the raccoon
Gorgeous.
that I relocated this morning. I relocated my
When
first
you
raccoon
gonna
of
start
the
eating?
season. Raccoon?
Yeah.
Have you ever eaten a raccoon?
Yes.
What does it taste like?
Stringy and a little bit greasy, but it depends on how you cook it. Because my family, again, and if you think I'm bullshitting, Marcel, if you're listening, can vouch. He was at one of my fucking family events. We're walking through the line, and I dead ass was like, "Hey, don't eat that." He's like, "Why?" I was like, "That's coon, that's possum." And he looked at me. I was like, "Nah." And then my grandpa, Age, can tell the same story. He came out the woodwork. I was like, "Oh, try it there, try it." Rest in peace. God bless his soul.
I would not eat possum
Why not?
because they're gross looking.
They feed on the things that came off your dog. They're great for you. They're actually high in protein.
They do eat the chicken.
They taste like shit, just for the record. I know there's a lot of people out there that love them in the South. I do not like them.
What's your
but
favorite part of the coon to eat?
I don't eat the coon.
You know?
Oh my
What are
God,
you telling me to
no.
eat it for, man?
I'm saying people like different things. So I'll put it like this:
I'll try
if
it.
you
Well,
like
you know me,
turtle,
I tried to try everything.
if you
once.
like turtle,
I never had
and
turtle.
okay, if you like frog and you compare it to chicken,
I've had frog.
then you'd probably like raccoon, and you'd probably compare it to something similar like pork,
Well,
or more like duck. In my opinion, I'm not really a fan of duck either.
I like duck with mustard, but
Ooh, fancy.
yeah, I'm pretty
With
fancy,
mustard.
fancy schmancy. The raccoon actually, I trapped in the front yard in my trap. I hid the trap in a bag. I put some leftover cherry pie. Thanks for the cherry pie, Mom. John couldn't finish it all. The raccoon
I just
obviously
told you
liked
what
it.
it was.
But yeah, at least we're getting the use out of it. We didn't throw it out.
You made him a great bait.
100%. And snatched him up. And when I went to go relocate him this morning, I made eye contact with him, and one of his eyes was like all white, just all white on
So
the inside.
blind.
Yeah, I was blind in one eye, and I saw it. I was like, ooh, I was thinking Nicodemus
Good
or
eating.
something. Like this guy's got some history to him.
Good eating.
You think?
Yeah,
Yeah, minus
some good eating right there.
talking about the raccoon, or are you looking at
The
me?
raccoon. No, no, I don't eat crackers. I mean, I don't eat people. I'm sorry.
Well, if raccoon's greasy, you might need a little cracker. Like
Your
to go with
face
it.
was priceless.
I get pissed because it's like, man, I can't say anything racist, not at
How
all.
can you not? You say shit all the time.
Yeah, not out loud. This show would have been half an episode long.
No, wow.
We're friends, aren't we? Sometimes I can shut the
Hey,
fuck
that's
up.
wild. That was the response. Oh, how many people that's real for though that don't want to own it? But I know you say it out loud. I know you, so I don't gotta.
Sometimes I don't. It's like, and sometimes the joke can even like maybe even hit, but I'm like, oh, if it doesn't though, if it doesn't though.
Yeah, that's the 9 out of 10. The one time it doesn't, it's a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, no, tell me about it. So yeah, life on the farm has been hot, but productive, very productive, and very gratifying.
You
Just
should try coon. You tried snake. You
Yeah.
killed the snake, ate it.
I did. Yeah.
Why not try coon?
I know there's at least 2 more because on my trail cam I saw 3 of them attack and kill one of my chickens. But the chicken had a broken leg, so I left it out of the coop. Dude, I'm gonna bring you in some raccoon, and
And I'll
eat it on the
fucking shit a
podcast.
brick. I'll be like, I'll cook it. I'll cook the shit out of it.
We even got some peaches growing on the tree in the backyard. I'll grab one of the peaches, put it in the raccoon's mouth, and it'll
I'll
come
just
alive.
look at you like, why did you put the peach there? We're about to put this bitch in a stew.
What would you eat with your raccoon as a
I turn it
condiment?
to a stew, like a beef stew, but coon stew.
Raccoon stew.
Yep.
Ugh.
Man, look, I wish we had more southern viewers, but this is the realest shit ever. Like coon stew, possum, they just bake it every time I've seen it. It looks like it was cooked like the turkey. Shit, I done had turtle. I grew up. My grandfather had a turtle in a big ass trash can. It was a snapping turtle, so I had that. I've grown up with the motto try it once food wise.
Yeah, yeah.
There's some I just can't visually get past. So I can't do it.
Give me an example.
Monkey.
Monkey, because it's too close to like eating yourself.
Wow.
That's what I
Yeah.
would think.
Wow.
If
No, dolphins are closest to humans. But no, I think of it because I watched this movie Faces of Death when I was a child. Talk about me and my comments. Whoa.
dude,
I'm just saying.
I actually, you know what? In a split second,
So,
I put color aside, and I was thinking if he was white, I would say the same thing. And then I said,
oh, you say it's stronger.
I did puncture the point a little bit more like you.
No, as far as I watched this movie Faces of Death, and they had a
I
monkey in the
remember
middle
Faces
of
of
the table,
Death.
and
Yeah.
they cracked its head and ate the brain. And I, from that moment, couldn't do that. A baby octopus is another one. The way they cook them, their legs curl up. My dad used to eat them. They have a small crack like a bird's beak. I couldn't eat the embryonic eggs that have the half-developed chicken in there.
Yeah, no, that's usually duck eggs are more common. That's the what's it called? The balut.
Yeah, that's what it's called.
Yeah.
What wouldn't you eat?
Balut.
Yep, that's the one right there.
Yeah,
No.
they eat it on Andrew Zimmern, and they it's
So
a
if I bring
delicacy
that
in
on the
China.
show and we do a challenge and the loser has to eat
Balut?
balut,
Dude,
you
I
gonna
can make
accept the
balloon at my
challenge?
house. All I
I
gotta do
know.
is incubate eggs for so many days and stop incubating and just opening up. And...
So you want to make it a challenge?
No,
All right, I was just curious.
no,
Finally found something I got him to back off on the
No.
one. I wouldn't do it. I ain't gonna lie to you. I would look at you like you got 3 heads. Oh hell no.
Now, if you said we should challenge each other on how much ice cream we can eat in one sitting,
Wouldn't even do it. You eat so much ice cream, you probably
I
could eat a
would.
gallon.
Oh, well, hands down.
Yeah, that's crazy. I could. That's not. I don't know.
Not healthy.
What else has been going on this week for you?
Started doing heroin. I'm just kidding.
You trying to get our shit off of the internet?
Oh no, I'm sorry. I don't do drugs. That's why it's so funny. It's so
Yeah, we
outlandish.
know that.
I was
know
thinking
that.
of something funny to say. But
No, I
no,
mean,
it's been pretty low key. Actually, I'm having a pretty good month at work. It's been I don't know. I'm just optimistic for tomorrow, enjoying today.
you didn't do somersaults and jumping jacks with Trump in the war as much as you support him.
Actually, I was pretty excited about that. Like, I even like I didn't fully believe it yet because he's pretty quick to just
Say some shit.
say some shit. I saw a post online say something. We all know that by now. He starts at a 10 and he works his way down.
He comes down.
Yeah. So I like the confidence and just the whole thing about America's in the whole business of stopping wars, not starting them.
Well, like it or not, what he did worked.
I know.
I mean, it. For a minute, I ain't gonna lie. Let's call it what it is. I had a scare this morning when I woke up, and they said that Israel shot some shit off. He's like, they dropped. I told them to end the war, and they just dropped a whole load on them. Like, oh shit, it got bad over there.
No diddy,
right? Yeah, no diddy. But now we're seeing as the day has progressed, we don't know if they're minimizing what occurred overnight or if the ceasefire has happened. But from what I understand, the ceasefire has taken place. And I want to give it a huge contribution to the Baby Billy Bunker Busters.
Baby Billy Bubby Bunkers.
Baby Billy Bunker Busters.
Baby Billy Bunker Busters.
That's what in my mind I viewed all the people in the South who watch, righteous gemstones like me, myself, and I. Were thinking when they saw Bunker Buster, they had to put Baby Billy in.
Baby Billy Bunker
Just makes sense.
Bunker
Baby
Buster.
Billy Bunker Busters. And if they would have put a picture of Baby Billy on there, right before they dropped that some bitch and made them a new well, I'd have been happy to say I'm American. But at this point, we've given them a free source of water, and I don't know how I feel about that. I'm just saying.
I'm still confused over Baby Billy Bubby Bunkers.
No, so I watched this show, Hidden Gemstones. You always put me on shows, right? So I'm gonna put you on one. Hidden Gemstones or the Righteous Gemstones or something like that. Somebody chime in if they know the right name of it.
What's it about?
It's about a bunch of rich kids that are grown, that are like, one is 50, the others, they're easily over their 30s, and they got a younger brother that's maybe like 25.
Okay.
They run a church, a mega church, but they're all contradictions of their dad, who was like this holy, holy, holy guy. So you got the youngest is an undercover gay guy who slowly comes out to the show, and his boyfriend is a Satanist who has 666 tattooed on his chest. It's some crazy shit. Okay. You got the daughter who's like a whore, who, you know what I mean? Like, she just.
So everybody's relatable.
Exactly. I mean, to the people that are family members of the church normally, because, we know the story about preachers' daughters. Just call it what it is. But that's all a myth. We don't know if it's true. But then you got the older brother who's just dumb as a box of rocks. And I think you would love it because they have this uncle who's like the one that mooches off the family, called Baby Billy. And he wants them to make a spin-off of Family Feud, Baby Billy Bible, something. But
so it's like a brand.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, one of the signature lines he comes up with is, "I'm not asking for much for Christmas. I just need $2 million in aid ball." Right? And that, took the world by storm. It was a pretty big thing. But when I think about it, and I think about the world right now and the false prophets and all the crazy shit going on, I think of that Bunker Buster. And I think of Baby Billy. I just think it's a crazy shit going on, and you should check out the show. Our listeners, you don't have to, but highly recommend it. It's a pretty funny show if you have dark humor. If you don't have dark humor and you're not smart, you're probably not going to be able to keep up with it. Doesn't mean you won't find it funny. But I know you can keep up with it. I know the shit you watch.
From what you said, it sounds like it could be relatable to some people out there. Like, 'cause everybody knows people like that. You know, if it's
100%.
not you, it's somebody you know, and it's like,
we all know
okay.
the church goer who is all holy mighty, and their son's out there shooting people. Maybe not out there shooting people. Could be smoking meth. Could be doing crack. There's a whole bunch of range of things they could be doing, but they're not living holy. That's all I'm saying.
And this whole like Iran and ceasefire, this whole Israel thing. So far, I guess after that whole little tussle this morning where Trump dropped the F-bomb, did you watch that shit?
Man,
Yeah, you sent it to me.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm the one that sent it to you, but for those who have not seen it,
oh, we got it on video.
Oh yeah, we definitely got it on video,
check this out.
baby.
This is good.
With Iran either, but I'm really unhappy if Israel's going out this morning because the one rocket that didn't land, that was shot, perhaps by mistake, that didn't land. I'm not happy about that. You know what? We basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that?
Mic drop.
The way that he walks off,
Mm-hmm.
I really think that was genuine frustration. I'm fucking tired of these fucking idiots.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
he's like, you can see like he doesn't have to say that. Hey, I'm going to intervene pretty soon. You can feel it.
Oh man, you see when I messaged you, at this point, I think we're gonna see some bombs drop.
If anybody had a parent that they feared, and they can tell when the mood swing of the parent also affected the amount of punishment you got, and that parent was always like getting heated. That was the parent in the room getting heated. You're like, I think we should go outside and play.
Yeah, we need to definitely get the fuck out of here
and get out of Dad's hair.
I don't even want to hear your voice. Have you ever heard that?
Yeah, quit poking me. Dad's coming. All right. Well, I was thinking of a situation where like people are getting
brothers and sisters. So all I could do was laugh.
Mostly, I just had sisters, so.
Did you torment them?
No.
What was that? You were a victim. It was what that said.
It was a. Oh my God, my sisters are crazy. It's like women are batshit crazy. I got two sisters. Yeah, I love you guys, but you guys are crazy. And I got stepsisters. I got a half sister, and they're all cool, but they all got their issues, man. And so when I meet a girl and like, I've seen them all. It seems like I've seen behind the scenes, the talk, the whole thing. It's like,
don't we all got issues though?
And I'm telling you, it makes you more sensitive because you realize growing up and seeing how girls react to certain things, they're very emotional creatures. And I think when you see that firsthand, it makes you almost pump the brakes a little bit and realize, okay, I'm the bigger kid in the cage here. I can cause some damage with my words or my, Yeah, I'm telling you, dude.
If that's the case, I want to know.
Girls always.
The times I've seen you go, I want to know what you really wanted to say versus what I heard you say. Because
when I unload on somebody,
I was gonna say, I bet you could fucking demean. Oh my God!
And you know what? Yeah, and no, not really. I can demean the right person. So you give me a person, I'm like, oh my God, I got you. Let's start with the pants. You shouldn't wear them. It's like, but this would be the same kind of conversations I would have with my sister. I'd be like, you know what? You look ridiculous in that top. Guys are gonna be looking down your shirt. Just like it makes you look out to where when you do see somebody and it's like, and
you're doing it for attention. You're not
doing it for attention. I don't know. I don't know. I feel smarter for having sisters.
I think sure,
having batshit crazy sisters even made me smarter.
What's the most batshit crazy thing your sister ever did to you?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess there's really nothing that really stands out as like a scarring.
So then they probably weren't that.
My sister Kate gave me a car when I was down and out.
So that, if anything, they looked out for you. That don't make them well. I mean, was it crazy to give you a car?
I went through phases where I was batshit crazy too. So all that batshit crazy stuff, I don't really mean it. I love you guys.
Almost sounds like they were, looking out.
We've all had our issues.
I just think about the batshit crazy part because I think we've all had a moment where if the outside looking in was the only interaction they ever saw, they'd be like, man, they were batshit crazy. But on their average day, you'd be like, oh, they're pretty normal.
And you know what? I think everybody's relatable. So even the batshit craziness is just the extreme of something that you've thought before. Just some people have to get it out.
It's the most extreme shit you've ever thought.
The most extreme shit that I ever thought.
Yeah.
You want me to tell you that of the killing sprees and the
No.
like how I would do it? Oh, jeez, man. Ooh, they would never
It's the most
catch me.
extreme thing you've ever thought. I've always thought about fucking what does it feel like to burn to death or drown? That to me is extreme. I don't ever want to
me
feel
too.
it, but I never really thought about doing it to other people. I guess that's a good thing. That's crazy.
You know, I would think that I had these thoughts, and I think, how would a sociopath? I mean, you'd have to be a sociopath to actually do things like that and live a regular life of free karma. So I've been a very, very loud preacher of karma. I think there's a positive and negative energy, and if you're extreme in one side, you're going to get it on the back end on the other. And I put myself in a bubble and looked myself in the mirror a long time ago. So this killing spree stuff, it's funny, it's a joke. I say extreme stuff. I don't mean it at all. If anything, I watch movies and shows like Dexter. Have you ever seen Dexter?
Some wild shit.
The kind of person that is, that actually, well, they can justify it in their head. It's just, I don't know. It would take a sociopath.
100%. You'd have to be insane.
But everybody has had thoughts just to have thoughts. You know, everybody thought about suicide. Don't want to say the word out loud.
Yeah, I was like, ah, damn, there goes the cut.
Never mind. Never mind. I was listening to inspirational shit on my way to work. Hey, let me drop this really quick. Think about this before you go to bed. All right. What I was saying.
Well, that leads me to my next the ability to focus and performing under pressure.
Well, I do work better under pressure.
I know, that's what I'm saying. That was
We're
funny
playing
because right
sevens today,
before we
we'll
got
play.
here.
No, I was actually listening to something, and it was saying that things are treated like, if you think of things like dancing, you know, dancing is something fun that you do, and it's all about the dance. There's not like a finish line. So it's not like the faster you dance, the better. The faster you get to the end, the better. It's about the dance in the in between, right?
The story you tell.
And if you're like in a race to something, or you're trying to get somewhere, it's all about urgency and getting to point A to point B quicker.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the problem with us living the life that we're living and how we're lied to on a regular basis, we're always told that thing that you get, it's right in front of us. You're going to get there one day. You're going to be successful. One day it's right there. The bonus, next month's bet. Oh, it's, oh my God. One day and then one day you realize it's never going to be there. One day I'm going to die. And I've been this whole time thinking about the finish line so much, I didn't realize that life was more of a dance and not a race. So think about that before you go to bed.
I'm a huge proponent for make memories, stack money, 100%.
Don't forget that.
But make memories. No, because to make memories, most of the time you have to have money.
Oh yeah, no,
I
wasn't. I
wasn't.
wasn't.
Have a hot dog in the
like
backyard on the grill and tell stories around the campfire.
I'm hungry.
You still got to have money to make the memory, right? So that's why I say stack the money, make the memories. But I 100% will say, take the trip, fuck the car. Point A to point B gets you there. Once you have everything you need in life, your wife, your kids, your job, your home, the normal things that you want, you don't have to have the best of it all, but have the best of what you want. Some people, like my mom, never wanted a dishwasher. She washed her dishes by hand. But she wanted a really nice refrigerator, really nice stove. Her stove had to be gas. You know what I mean? Like, these are the things I think about, right? So with what you're saying, the memories, the monetary shit don't matter, but the food that was cooked on that stove, the memories she gave us around the table, those are the shit we remember. The knives you're making.
Smell the roses.
He's giving you a material thing, but the memory he has, he's thinking of every memory of that person while he's making it. Excuse me. I know the heartfelt you put into these knives. I really do, because I pay attention to you when you talk. I know you want to make memories for people with everything you do, whether it be the eggs at work, whether it be your knives. You're creating memories for people. They get to say, so a lot of people I'm sure can say, Casey provided my first farm fresh egg that I've ever had.
And that makes me feel good, but
that's what you live for, though.
I don't live to feel good for other people's
it's not for other people,
or
it's praise.
like
It's
I said,
free.
if the chickens and stuff, yeah, that's my contribution, making spreading health, because that's my big kick in my later years, and by hooking up my friends,
You talk about your legacy all the time. And if you don't think that'll be part of your legacy,
well, that's because I do recognize that we're all dying, and I'm going to do nothing but get older. You're going to do nothing but get older.
we're all gonna die.
Yeah, so making the
We
knives
don't know
and
we're
stuff,
gonna get older. We could die tonight in our sleep. We don't know we're gonna get
I can no longer, run a marathon. I wouldn't be competitive in that.
Mhm.
That ship has sailed.
Would you have ever been competitive?
But I never. But I didn't.
I wouldn't have. So
But
I'm asking.
I didn't see the ship when it sailed. It just did one day. And one day I was like, shit. One day I went from thinking, shit, I can do that if I train. Now I'm thinking, there's no way in fucking hell I can run a marathon and be competitive. That's
People
just
your age
one
do
thing.
it all the time.
I'm just saying, do what you love while you have the passion to do it and you're young enough to do
Do
it.
you want to run a marathon?
No.
I was gonna say, because if you wanted to, you could do it. Just
No,
letting you know now. Like
dude,
I know you could, because there's people out here that are my size running marathons. Doesn't mean it's not how you start, it's how you finish. As long as you cross the finish line in a marathon, you think you're gonna go out there and take number 1 in the marathon? Now we might have a different story.
it's the ability to run that's diminishing. It's the stepping.
I watched you run a whole hill.
Yeah, and I was saying, ow, ow.
For a show. You were doing it to make me feel better about myself.
Okay, whatever, dude. I don't need to prove myself that I'm in pain when I even walk. So sorry, there's no way in hell I can run a fucking marathon. It hurts to run.
I feel like you run a marathon every morning when you go get the chickens.
Yeah,
you do.
I have fun little spurts of energy, and know what? I pay for it. Trust me.
I don't know. What up, Greg? What up, Adam? I'm just gonna say, as a person from outside looking in, you look rather healthy. You don't look like
put on a good show.
Yeah. And again, is that what Trump did for us?
Yeah, that's funny, because that one dude made a good point.
Oh, I'm about to show him, but that's what I'm saying. Do you think he put on a show for us?
Because
I know you're a true Trump supporter, so
I am. And you know what? When I see somebody make up a good point or bring something to my attention, I zoom out and I look at it from that perspective. I was like, okay, that kind of makes sense. And Trump is a showman.
And this is that perspective.
So what were you just saying about Iran?
This whole situation's fucking weird. It's like with Trump tweeting and warning Iran and Iran warning us, it seems like a WWE event on the fucking global stage. Because you gotta understand, Trump warned Iran that we were gonna attack them. So Iran moved all of their fucking nuclear material. The shit that, enough shit to make 9 nuclear bombs, they moved it. Like, we didn't bomb that. So they still have the capability to build a nuclear bomb. And then Trump's like, I got you guys. And Iran's like, whoa, hold on, we're gonna bomb you. You better move all your guys out of the way. And then they bomb our fucking bases in Qatar. And Trump's like, oh, you dastard, oh, that's the end of it. Oh, I'll get you next. It seems fucking fake. It seems fake. This is not how wars are fought, so what the fuck is going on? Trump did not disarm Iran. They still have the nuclear material to make 9 nuclear bombs, and they just launched a bunch of missiles at each other. Nothing really got fucking solved. And then they're like, ha, look guys, we did it. You did what?
It's a good question.
I like that guy.
Well, let's show what they did.
Oh, yeah.
That's some suspenseful ass music for no reason.
Yeah.
But what I was saying to you is I've never seen a missile go off. So I just assume that when I see Iran, right, with what Israel did to them, and I look at the buildings, they look blown the fuck up. And when I think about one of our warheads, not the bunker busters, but the tomahawks they were sending in, I mean, what kind of explosion does it have that it doesn't knock that whole building down? That the walls are still standing at the end of it.
Hmm.
That's where my concern is. And I think a lot of those look like there were colored filters over them. But
Yeah.
the people in Iran came out with a video and straight up said, thank you guys for the well. Because after they hit it, it filled up with water. But I think it's a good point that he pointed out is we did give them forewarning.
Mhm.
If they did move their nuclear supplies, what was all this shit for? That's your favorite question.
Well, I don't know. I have no idea.
So I agree with you there, Greg. Iran wouldn't admit if we destroyed the elements for nuclear, they want to act strong. That is fair. But I also will say, what war have we seen with Iraq? Did we tell them we were about to blow this up? And did they tell us?
Here's what I'm thinking. And if you're Trump and you're wanting to stay friendly enough but prove a point, you're going to give forewarning. And what do? They evacuated that area. So that way there was no casualties other than their supply centers or their research centers being uninhabitable. So maybe that was like a respectful way to war, like, hey, I'm capable of doing this. I'm going to do it. And if the person doesn't do what they're expected to do, they know it's coming. So they asked for it.
Well, I mean, they did tell them to clear it out.
Yeah, their own people knew it was.
But Iran was telling Israel to clear out too.
And he says that's not how wars are fought. But we're not at war. We're in like you said before, we are in the art of stopping a war, not starting one. And by blowing up places without forewarning and blowing up a bunch of people and lives and
That's going to
casualties,
start a war.
that would, with especially with how hot-headed those other countries. Oh my God, shit.
I mean, Iran seems pretty calm.
Even if they did stash their nuclear supply, okay. If we turn a blind
But
eye,
that's what it
maybe
was
they
all
won't.
for.
Yeah,
Was
I don't.
you know what I mean? So I have to ask that though, because they did have a lot of satellite footage a couple days before we hit them
Mhm.
of trucks lined up at different nuclear sites. We don't know what they were taking out. We don't have photos of what they took out. We don't know if they took anything out. We don't know if they went and parked them.
We don't know
have
if
no clue.
they do that every Thursday.
Exactly. That could have been the egg delivery. Like we don't know. However, on the other side, you have to ask, what if they did move them? Just like they told us with Qatar, we moved our people, we got them out of there, and then the missiles came. Right? Preemptive notion, I just have never seen that. But when you present it how you just presented it, we're not in the art of making war, we're in the art of trying to make peace. Yeah, get the guys out of there. We don't want to hurt anybody, but hey, we got to take this shit out. And if you're not going to get rid of it, we got a quick way to do it. Here you go. I think it was a mighty display of power. The fact that the pilots, salute to them first and foremost, to be able to fly 37 hours. Holy shit. Can you stay up 37 hours?
Oh, hell yeah. Stay up?
Mhm.
Yeah.
You could just sit in the same spot flying a plane for 37 hours. Do you think so?
Oh, yeah.
Or driving a car. Best way to put it. Could you drive a car straight for 37 hours?
Yeah, just take a bunch of no-dos with me or yellow jackets. Those are good ones.
Meth.
Yellow jackets.
I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Like you said it, I have no clue. I'm just saying the
You ever
reason I
went to a
think about
gas
that.
station hungover in Jefferson County? Give me some
Hey.
no-dos and yellow jackets, man. This is a
Our
rough night.
government, I'm telling you now, has pumped our soldiers full of some shit. How did you? I mean, it was a crew of 2, 37 hours. They had to do something to stay awake.
The first day of boot camp, they make you stay up 2 days. You don't sleep
So that's
the
they
very
program
first night
you.
of boot camp. You do not sleep. Literally, yeah, you almost get in trouble by trying to find places.
So
to sleep.
I'm with you there, Greg. Adam, they had to been pumping them with uppers to stay awake. But then I also think about the casino, right? When you go in the casino and everything's lit up, everything's bright, and they're pumping the room full of oxygen, you never get tired because your receptors are going off. So I think about that with that cabin of that B2, all them lights. There's a lot of things that require focus, I would imagine. I'm sure it has autopilot to an extent.
That's what I was gonna say.
But there's a point over the ocean, I guess you'd sleep it out in autopilot, sleep in 15-minute increments. The military is trained a whole different way than us. So
If I think that deep down I can handle some that kind of stress, and I mean the best of the best that's been trained for it, I think that would be a walk in the
I mean,
park.
that is literally the best of the best to get a B2 stealth bomber. We only have, what,
Ain't no
20 of them?
DEI training in that one.
No, fuck no.
No.
You're the best of the best. But as far as a blue scunny sky painted on the ceiling, exactly. They know exactly what they're doing with the oxygen. I actually found out about the oxygen through somebody that worked there. So I was like, man, how do I go in here and I walk out at 5 a.m. and I'm tired halfway up the highway, exhausted, but I was just wide the fuck awake. Pure oxygen. That's the craziest shit. But I think about that as a pilot. I'm sure they're fucking breathing pure oxygen in the mask. But shout out. I just wanted to say shout out to them, respect to them. I'm glad they came home safe. But with this ceasefire at hand, how long do we think that it's going to last?
Forever.
Nothing lasts forever. I think we'll wait till the next presidency and then it'll stir up again.
It's just like one of those things. Time will tell. You
I
know?
just think it'll be the next presidency, then it starts again. Seems to happen from the pace I'm seeing, 8 to 12 years.
It's like a family member who every now and again fucks up. Like after a while,
You're not allowed back.
they just kind of get it. They stop fucking up. It seems like they've been fucking up for 50 years, going back and forth. And this is the time they're like, wow, it's going to be quiet for a while. And they're going to say, hey, this is actually pretty nice.
I wish I could say that. My biological dad died in prison. He was a lifetime fuck up. Never seemed to click. And it seems like now that I look at my family, I realize that my biological father was the uncle of the family that people talk about, but the fuck up of the family. So no, I don't think that it just works itself out. I think people have to do things like you did, want to be better.
And I can definitely relate to that.
They just don't wake up and be like, oh,
no, there is the fuck up of the family that never writes themselves.
Yeah, I was like,
I was thinking of that one
know.
that does though eventually. Maybe so. Hopefully, Iran's not like your dad. With all due respect.
No, he's not my dad. He's biological father. My dad is Louis J. But
Word.
no longer than 1 week, they have been fighting for thousands of years. It won't just stop. Yeah, I don't think it can stop so abruptly. And then, like
Adam,
the
don't
video we
front.
played, I want to play the video one more time because I want you to listen to the key wording. Is they dropped loads of bombs. So that means it happened. They broke the ceasefire. So
Happy with Iran either, but I'm really unhappy if Israel's going out this morning because the one rocket that didn't land, that was shot, perhaps by mistake, that didn't land. I'm not happy about that. You know what? We basically have two countries that have been fighting so long. And
sorry, I don't have the whole clip. But beginning of the
they had a
clip, he
longer
talks
clip
about him dropping loads of bombs on him. And I'm like, man, if that's the case, ceasefire has been broken. They say Iran plays dirty. The whole Middle East says that.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, why not say, oh, yeah, it's fine? And from Iran's point of view, let me speak for Iran for a second. Yeah, everything's good to go because now we know that we can get through your defense. We know we can strike missiles on target. We know that we have bigger, better missiles, which is what they're saying, quote unquote, air quotes there. Yeah, we can do a ceasefire for a minute while we reload our shit. And this time, tell us, can you beat the bigger shit? Or the other side, Israel's like, everything's good. Drive that semi-truck in there and let off a mini nuke. Or they just agree and are like, fuck it, we've been doing this for a while. We'll come back to it in a minute. But the fact that they shut down the strait this morning tells me that this shit ain't over yet. 20% of the oil comes through that strait. It being shut down tells me there's bigger plans at hand.
Yeah, I don't give this stuff a whole lot of thought personally until like we start talking about it for the show or short clips on YouTube. Usually my mind's not there because I think, what is the worst that can happen from where we are?
My gas price goes to $7 a gallon.
That's exactly what I think of. Gas prices go up, and I'd be pissed.
I'm being real. Like, the one thing that will affect my life the most out of this is gas. That's the only reason why
I did like at least 22,000 miles last year.
Holy
and
shit.
And I got an engine not quite as big as yours.
You got a V8?
But that's a lot of driving.
I was like, you got a fucking V8. You're feeding that bad boy.
Yeah,
22-gallon tank, 21-gallon
the
tank.
drive to work. If I'm not doing good at work, it's like, why are you going? You just
Yeah.
like to eat up gas,
Yeah. Especially if you get sent home in the day.
buy energy drinks, and cry.
That's
Man.
not what we're doing. We'll
No,
weep
I'm
after
not
the
that.
show,
I'm
not on
not.
the
I'm
show.
not depressed. And if I
This is
was,
a great
I make
month.
knives.
Hey, this is a wow. Don't cut up, cut over. Like, we can still save you then.
This was an accident, okay?
This was an accident.
Man, third time this week, I keep accidentally.
That's not funny. That's not funny. I told him, just can't take no more.
Whoops.
Oh shit.
Oh,
I went the
man.
wrong way, please.
Man, his bath is warm.
Wow. Oh God.
Where's the
man.
candle in the letter?
Oh my Lord. What the fuck? It just got real dark.
Yeah. Vanilla
Oh,
scented
man.
candle. Yeah.
Oh shit, a little bit of music playing. Just throw the toaster
I'm
in there.
sure
a little bit. It's so
vanilla
much
will never
easier.
smell quite the same after this. I even have the whole thing.
That's fucked up. Nah, as far as we were just talking about, what was it, a couple weeks ago, the Men in Black theory, that there's always something coming.
Always something on the
So,
verge of coming. Keeping you
What's
on the edge
next?
of your seat.
Because I was thinking about this, and we were talking about it earlier, and hey, who can we not let go through the Hollywood scandals? But I'm wondering, are we going to get more in depth on the Diddy trials and Epstein files now that we got worked through this bullshit? Or what's the next big scare to come?
You know what I feel like? We can focus on the Diddy thing. What's the next big thing? We can focus on aliens. What's the next big thing?
I don't think it's
Political.
aliens.
What's the war? The next. I feel like we're literally in a game of Grand Theft Auto, and we're driving around, and we see the little circle bubbles. Hey, you want to go to the races? Hey, you want to go to the strip club? Hey, you want
That's our life.
You want to do a run a thing with a gang? It's like all this stuff is going on, and we can poke our heads through the door and look in and check it all out and see what's going on, or we can participate, or we can sit around and talk about it. But we're in a fucking video game, bro.
It seems more and more like it. Or the video games that just that life. I can't wait for Grand Theft Auto 6. We had a 12-day war before we had Grand Theft Auto 6.
And
that's crazy.
Do you ever meet somebody that's so oriented on one thing, or their mindset is so one way, you think they have got to be programmed?
You!
No, seriously.
Have you Donald Trump, there's a program in Casey that says don't talk about Donald Trump. And that you've been programmed. You asked the question, I swear to God. I've told Asia several times, I'm like,
you know what?
He really will die on the hill over Donald Trump.
I am not that diehard fan. I'm sorry. I am enthusiastic about the change of pace with this president opposed to the last couple. I think that says without a doubt. So I'm sorry if like I have a reason to be excited. And it's not undying love, because I told you I don't think about it a lot.
And that was my statement, and I'll stand on it. You, for the first time, surprised me and said, I can see from their point of view how he thinks that way. And that just blew my mind live on air with that video that we just showed about, things being staged and it looks like a WWE act. Well, that gives me hope that you aren't programmed.
Donald Trump used to be on
WWE.
That You're Fired show. The Apprentice
was his show. He wasn't on it. That
was
his show.
He was also on. He also was in the meeting room when they did the firing.
WWE.
He was in the firing room.
He was in the WWE.
What's the WWE?
World Wrestling.
Okay, he was in that, but also in The Apprentice. He was a lot of TV. He was in the table where he said, "You're fired."
Yeah, that was his show.
I know, but he has a lot of acting experience. So I'm just saying, if he was acting right now and he was like, "They know what the fuck they're doing," and he walks off, it's like, "Whoa, that felt real." It's like he has a lot of experience.
There's a lot of intensity in that, and like I told you before, I think that was a strike to his pride and ego. Because imagine.
See, if I was a diehard Trump fan, I would have jumped on your coattails and say, "Yeah, you're goddamn right. He meant that shit. Fuck yeah, Stacey, you're on board. Woo, woo, woo. Seat another one at the table tonight, babe. He's coming home with us."
Well, you did just say.
No, but my point being, I was like, "Hey, I think he might be faking." We switched roles there.
Fair, Greg. He is a showman. But I really do think that they caught him this morning after he had a huge boost of ego going to bed thinking, I just shut down and I get to call it the 12-day war. He woke up to bad news that struck his ego wrong because it made him look bad. It made him look like a liar. And who knows what promises he made to get them to agree.
He did.
Nobody's talking about that part.
I did. And actually, do you mind if I read?
What part? Is this the one that you said before that I said, no, I don't want you to read because it was
No.
before the ceasefire?
This was actually what he did. Yeah, right before the ceasefire, right before they actually fired them. So this is him standing on his box.
Yeah, but all
on
that's
top.
obsolete because
Okay.
that's why his. Well, yeah, actually read it because that's why his ego was hurt.
Yeah, he says, "Congratulations to everyone." He's like throwing himself out there. All right, it has been fully agreed and by and between Israel and Iran that there will be a complete and total ceasefire in approximately 6 hours from now. For 12 hours, at which point the war will be considered ended. Officially, Iran will start the ceasefire, and upon the 12th hour, Israel will start the ceasefire, and upon the 24th hour, yada yada yada, it'll be called the 12-day war.
I like that.
Or this is the war that could have gone on for years. God bless Israel, God bless Iran, God bless the Middle East, and God bless America. So it sounded like the end speech of like, I did it.
Yeah, and then his ego got struck, and he's like, "The fuck are you doing?"
It's almost like they read that. They're like, "Fuck you," and they're like, "Let me just."
Oops. Yeah. And he literally said whether it was an accident or not. You don't accidentally fire a fucking rocket.
I didn't see the tweet. Why'd you fire the rocket? I didn't see the tweet.
Hey, man,
Can you believe we actually live in today's age where another country,
shit.
an argument would be, I
They're
didn't see your
loading
tweet.
shells and they're running down the road.
Everyone's
He's
phone goes off.
tweeting. He's tweeting. Fucking. Oh shit.
He's going live in 5, 4, 3.
Shoot him now. Shoot him now.
Oh,
Hey, the fact that he literally came out and said, right after we said it, they come out and they dump their whole load. And then when he came out with that original ceasefire, he did say that they were going to finish the missions they were on. So who knows what missions they were on and how many bombs got dropped in the last 24 hours that were part of the mission? Because I'm going to post a video to our Facebook of Iran launching missiles. And if this was last night, I can understand why Israel would have shot missiles. You're like, it's kind of a give and take. If you're going to shoot at me, I got to shoot back.
Yeah.
It just is what it is. If somebody pulls a gun on you and you have a gun and they fire around and miss, are you not trying to pull yours?
It's almost like when do you stop? It's like, okay, when do you like turn? Okay, I want to take the hit.
When do you take
After
the other cheek?
After 50 years of this, it's like, how do you let him get the last one in when you're like already known as a child? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's
like standing up to the bully.
It
Devin said it best. He cut a promo and hopped on a helicopter, and I can see that after it's presented that way. But I really felt that intensity, like for him to come out of character. He was like, "You're asking me these." Like, you could feel almost like you're asking me all these stupid fucking questions while I'm still trying to wrap my head around this because I look like a dumbass. They're fucking idiots. They don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Right. What do you say when you're so mad as a kid? What do you say when you get done? They don't know. They don't know. When you're just so pissed, they don't know. You're telling your mom, you don't know. You don't understand.
You don't know what it's like.
Yeah, exactly. It's the same thing, I feel like. I feel like that was real life ego bruised. He's pissed. What the fuck are you doing? You just made me look bad. Now I'm gonna, and like I sent you, now I'm gonna have to bomb the fuck out of y'all. So I wonder if the phone call went something like, what the fuck are you doing? Now you know what I have to do. You look bad for sending a rocket, so now I gotta bomb you too.
Yeah.
All right, ceasefire, stop this shit. Wait a minute, he's about to bomb everybody. Hold the fuck up. Because he legit sounded mad at Israel this morning.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first time I've heard any politician sound mad at them. Wouldn't you agree? Normally it's sympathy for them.
Yeah, usually it's kind of combing their hair.
Yeah, and this was the first time he was like, what the fuck are you doing? Right on national TV, calling him out. Dummy, what the fuck are you doing? Barron Trump, the time traveler, said sometimes best bomb is the F-bomb.
Ain't that the truth?
I wonder, is that true? Because that's weird. If that's part of that book. because Barron Trump is featured in a book, a time traveling book. So I'm gonna have to look into that and read that book, because if he does say that the F bomb is the best bomb, that's really
See,
concerning.
there's time traveling. That's another little bubble on the map. Let's go check out the time traveling, gossip. There's always something going on.
I don't know. If we could time travel, where would you go back to?
Oh shit, good question. Ice cream, ice cream, ice cream, ice cream. I don't know. I'm hungry.
I'm going back. Marcel can vouch this
thinking.
day. I ran into a dude in Walmart 1 a.m. whenever there was 24-hour Walmarts, and he told me to invest in Bitcoin in like 2011, 2012. Me and Marcel looking at this dude that looks like a bum, thinking this dude's crazy. And to this day, I think in my head, was that a time traveler talking to me? Because I didn't see him in the store the rest of the time. I think about where Bitcoin is now. I think about how I went home and told my dad, look at zeitgeist.com and this, and all this shit proved to be real. And Bitcoin had just started. And my dad thought I was crazy. But now I think of where the future is. And what if? What if that was a time traveler talking to me in the fucking cereal aisle of Walmart at 1 a.m.? You would never believe they're a time traveler if they told you they were. You'd look at them like they're crazy.
I think I know where I would go. I'd go back to 9/11. 9/11, right before the event. I'd get in a little plane, and
Intercept them.
no, I'll be pulling a banner that says the Stacy and Casey Show, and then the planes hit, and they're like, "Oh my god, oh my god!" They're like, "Stacy and Casey Show, what the fuck is that? What is that?" Then all of a sudden, here, 2025, the Stacy and Casey Show starts, and there's banners. They're like, "Oh my god,
They were time travelers.
oh my god, we'd be huge right now." It's like,
Yeah.
dude, that was me.
Or we'd be in prison. One or the other.
It was pretty creative, though, right?
That was creative. That was very creative.
Well, I grew up in California where they had the banners
On the
flying.
ocean, yeah.
behind
Will
it.
you marry me,
Yeah,
Jackie?
yeah, half off on cell phones and pagers.
Yeah, real shit. That was a
Yeah.
normal thing. That was a normal marketing technique for those who don't know. That's your now ad popper, the ad browser that goes across the top of your screen.
Yeah, that was before social media. They had to fly that shit around in the air just to stick it in your face.
My, how times have changed.
I know, and if you don't know, now you know.
You dig? I don't know. I have no idea, man. You think I'm more urban than I am? Oh, if you don't know, now you know.
I can't say it.
Oh, nigga, obviously.
Okay.
Like,
I say ninja.
hey, that's what the internet says
Yeah.
too. Why'd you say it and look over like? Is that safe?
You got a problem, ninja?
You the one with the ninja. You the one with a sword.
My sword ninja.
That was actually smooth as shit.
I've been practicing that.
Oh shit, that's awesome. I just wonder what, and this is something that me and you were talking about. We're gonna wrap up the show with this one, but who can we not let go of through the Holly Weird scandals? We were talking about Bill Cosby before this. Could we laugh at his jokes?
Oh, we can laugh at Bill Cosby jokes.
We got to be able to fuck to R. Kelly still.
R. Kelly, he bumps. I
Mhm.
listen to.
And
He's
I
on my
grind.
playlist. Yeah, I don't see nothing wrong with it either.
Not at all. Just a little bit of remix to Ignition, you know.
Yeah, it's really hot and fresh.
Just don't come out the closet on me.
Get out the kitchen.
But as far that was smooth to not be rehearsed. That was actually good. Now, as far as R. Kelly, who else has been banned?
Oh man, who have we lost over the years?
Shit,
Have we lost Usher? He's a bad guy,
I mean,
right?
I think he moved out of the country to Italy, is what I heard.
I used to love bumping some Usher driving around. You know,
You didn't love P. Diddy bumping him?
nah.
Give me a P. Diddy hit real quick.
No, I can't. All
Me
about the
neither.
Benjamins, baby. Sorry, that's
Damn. You had an answer.
dude. That was 1998. 1997. We were down with Biggie, and then he was gone, and then P. Diddy. I'm in her.
Oh yeah, that was a song by that was Jagged Edge. I thought.
Every breath
Yeah,
you
that
take, I'll be watching you. He came out with that, and we were all jamming it. And then P Diddy got big, and then that's how I remember
Kanye
it.
lost his shit. I'm rocking behind Kanye. I think he's the
I
only one that's.
love Kanye. I never lost my love for Kanye.
Yeah, I was like, I've never fallen off the bandwagon. I feel like he really is trying to expose some shit, and everybody thinks he's crazy.
He
and
comes
he's
up
still
on my
trying.
YouTube all the time, and his shit is real. I don't like how he flaunts his
He's-
girl around the streets,
He
but you
says
know,
some wild shit. Hey, and the crazy part, one of my favorite statements, I'll find the quote. He says, "She want to be a whore? Shit, I'll treat her like a whore." Like, hey, if that's the case, you here for the money. He said that you're here for the money. So
my
do
favorite
what's for
quote
me.
that I read that he said was, "My biggest regret in life is I'll never be able to see myself in concert."
He did say that too.
Yeah,
that's
That blew my
the
mind.
level of arrogant I want to be, but I'm not.
God,
It's
and-
not there yet.
Yeah,
It's
it's
coming.
great.
It's coming in time. Arrogance grows with age.
Yeah,
Who else we got? Kanye was a good one, Greg. Kanye was a good one, but
man,
I
Will
just never
Smith we lost.
Yeah, fuck Will.
Man, I cannot like Will Smith ever again.
And
That
it's crazy.
sucks, man. He was in like all the great movies, the Men in Black, the comedies. He's the cassette tape that Michael Paul let me borrow that I lost in my bunk bed.
I've
That's
only
all.
seen Men in Black and bits and pieces through the times on TNT.
The bailiff grabbed me, slammed me on the ground. Just said, "Boy, you better calm down. Aren't you one of them dad rap singers?" Yeah.
Lost
Then
me.
I gave him the finger.
Lost me. Fresh Prince I did watch every
Yeah,
morning
just
before
Tell me if
school.
you tempt of court.
What else?
What
was that show or movie
Enemy
he
of the
was
State.
in? No. I Am Legend was one that I did
I Am
like.
Legend is a classic.
Pursuit
good
of
one.
Happiness.
I didn't like that one.
I did.
I heard.
Hey, so what's crazy, Greg, is Kanye's song "Hail Hitler" is wild. He also made World War III. But I just want to say, if you type in "Hail Hitler" into Apple Music, you won't find Kanye West, but you will find a bunch of music. So that he's not the first one to use the name or the words. That's all I'm saying.
And are you really surprised by anything Kanye West would come
No,
out
I
with?
think he's drawing attention to something that people should look at.
Shock factor.
Then I'm the one who will cause a little bit of issues because I still am trying to figure out if the Holocaust was real or if it was embellished a little. Not saying it didn't happen. I just think it might have been embellished a little. But
Aren't there
to each their
pictures?
own.
Who knows?
I mean, we don't shit. We see pictures now. We don't know if they're real.
That's true. I immediately regret that.
So, what else? Here we got. Who needs to be on the list?
I lost
Beyonce.
We lost Pee Wee Herman. That was the big one when I was a kid.
Yeah, but he made a slow comeback towards the end.
He did. He was in movies and stuff.
Yeah, he made a little bit of a comeback.
But we all remember him as the one who jerked off in the movie theater.
Yeah, but once swinger clubs became a thing, people kind of forgave him.
Yeah, but he looked like a bum jerking off in a movie theater.
He
That's
looked like
how
a
I
weirdo.
remember him.
He looked like a weirdo period, on his bike riding around.
That's my Pee Wee Herman.
Yeah, and it was damn
Okay,
good.
who else did we lose? Any other singers? Shit.
Harvey Weinstein.
Oh, we lost not Bernie Mac.
Gone too soon, but never forgotten. You want some milk and cookies. Bernie. Shout out Bernie. Who else did we lose? Paul Walker.
Paul Walker.
He was killed by the fucking
We
Illuminati.
lost him. Like he was a
Yeah.
talent we lost. We
Yeah.
didn't lose him his reputation.
Yeah,
like
we named a random person.
who do we keep? That's awesome. Jamie Foxx.
Is he real or is he a clone?
They cloned Tyrone.
That's what I'm saying. I think that movie was made about him.
Man, you know what? He did have a vibe to him back in the day that I really liked that I don't see with him now.
They don't got the same flair.
No, and his freckles almost look fake.
Yeah, and he doesn't have the back of the head tattoo.
And his eyes are more squintier.
He's not as black.
He still has the same good voice, but when he sings, it's almost like it's a AI like singing an old song. Yeah, he's talented.
Auto tune. No.
Who do we keep? Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, he got kept through some wild shit.
I love me some Eddie Murphy. Been watching a lot of Eddie
One of
lately.
the best of all time.
What?
Raw.
Oh, I disagree. The best is Delirious.
Delirious, yeah.
Yeah,
I said one of. Delirious is the best of all time.
Yeah, Raw has funny parts, man, but Delirious I've seen probably literally.
Cat Williams. He got canceled, and then he came back for fighting the kid. Remember?
I respect the fuck out of Cat, and I didn't like him back in the day. I didn't know enough about him to like him. I didn't know his character. I don't know. They almost didn't let him out, like let his image get out.
He had to fight.
He
for
did.
that. He fought. Eddie Griffin was another one that fell off, and he was trying to fight. If you haven't seen any of his stand-ups,
Oh man, Eddie Griffin's hilarious.
Man.
Double take.
good one.
Oh, you give me some of that Schlitz liquor. You ain't get no Schlitz liquor.
Who should be canceled that hasn't been canceled? I said
Oh,
Beyonce
God.
first, but then I'm going Theo Von.
Theo
Jay-Z.
Von, thank you.
I hate Theo Von.
Man,
No, I don't hate him. I don't hate
I
anybody,
recognize
but
him as a beta. I don't see him as a alpha.
definitely a beta, but he's definitely like a plant. Like he's there to work a demographic. Like Drewski's there to work a demographic, but I feel like this dude Drewski, who came out of nowhere, he is funny. Theo Von, on the other hand, I think sometimes tries to push the edge to be funny, and it
Yeah.
doesn't hit home.
And it's almost like he came up out of nowhere. I don't.
They've all done that. Who's the other one? Matt Rife. His crowd work is insane though, but there are some that aren't funny. But I fuck with Matt Rife. Don't flame us. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
Theo seems fake. Thank you, Greg. He's one that I just can't get behind.
I also don't like Kurt Brescher. What's his name? Kresher, the big fat guy that always goes shirtless. Kurt.
I know who you're talking about.
He laughs at all of his own jokes,
Yep.
and it's so fucking annoying. I can't stand
Well,
him.
I fuck with Shane Gillis.
Shane Gillis is
I'm
fucking
glad
funny.
we
I
kept
wish
him.
he would do like a longer like special, like a
I'm
stand
glad
up.
we kept him because he almost got canceled. So we said, who do we like that we kept? He was one that I'm glad we kept.
Adam Sandler, what's up with him? I don't know if we lost him or not.
I don't know. They just made a Happy Gilmore too. Did you see it?
No.
I'm gonna have to check it out. Give you a review, or you give me a review.
No, just with all this heat, I'd say everybody needs to get out and get themselves some ice cream, some Bluebell, vanilla ice cream.
That's from the skinny man. From the fat man, I think everybody should keep your ass in the house on the couch. Get you a nice glass of water or Kool-Aid, kick back, relax, and watch you a good show. I'm Stacy.
And I'm Casey.
Watch us, not the TV. Have a great night.
Peace out.